Welcome to another episode of the Nothing and Everything podcast, where today we will talk a lot of nothing.
And a little bit about everything.
Yep. Kyle, it's good to see you, man.
It's been a second. It's been a little while.
It's been a hot minute.
Ooh,
hot minute. Yep. I was gone at the beach. But our last episode was fun and funny, I think.
To us.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Did you watch it did you go back and look at it on YouTube?
I did not.
It looked a little strange just because, this has kind of been the setting in the studio, and you got the big 80s, and I was like, oh, who turned 80? Oh, it was
It did look like a birthday party.
It was.
Grandma.
Grandma turned 80. Hey, Jimmy Questenberry's birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so we did an 80s party, like an end-of-the-year school party, whatever.
Yeah.
End of the school year.
End of the year school.
End of the year school. Down at the Harris campus for the school, but it was a lot of fun.
Those teachers were ready. They were glad that school was over.
Yeah, and I was nervous about the podcast because it's like, this is kind of like, we think this is funny, which is why we record this.
I think it's fun.
It's fun.
It's funny
yes.
to us.
It is funny to us.
But that's, subjective. I don't know that everybody would necessarily agree with
and
that.
And that's what's scary.
But that's what was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, like, I wasn't nervous about doing it. Like, this feels normal and natural, and I'm comfortable. But I feel for the people that might be on the other side. Like, are they like, what are these guys talking about?
Who are these people?
Seriously. Why?
Yeah.
Who subjected us to this torture?
Right. Yeah.
But it was fun just sitting there, like, recounting the 80s and talking about school.
I was nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah, but, I stay nervous. So I was
stay
nervous.
On edge just a little bit.
Yeah, I was nervous because, I didn't know what people would think or what people would say or whatever. And I still, like, all that stuff still matters to me, which I know is terrible.
All that stuff still.
I mean,
like public perception
of what people think, Like,
maybe I just don't care anymore.
I'd like to get to the point where I could care less, you know? But,
Could you care more or could you care less? So
well, people mess it up. I think it's I couldn't
care more.
I couldn't care. Or some
I
people
could
say
care less, or I couldn't care less. Which is it?
Some people say I could care less. Then it's like, well, then you should care less.
I could care less.
But it's I couldn't care less.
I couldn't care less. But I could. So then the opposite, could you say I could care more? If you couldn't care less, then you could care more.
What?
This is why we should be nervous.
This is why.
This is why we should be curious about what the heck people think.
Austin, let's talk about some stats. How was the past week or two or whatever?
Man, to the top.
You think?
Nah, I don't know. Probably nobody watched or listened.
So at the event, we did our giveaway with your mug, and
which is why I have a different mug today. So I kind of need my mug back.
We gained about 30 followers
and
30 subscribers or so.
That's a lot of subscribers.
I think they only did it because they could potentially win something.
I think they thought they were going to win something like substantial, but it
something like
a
good.
Mug with Gerald and I writing our names on it.
And that I actually drank out of.
Well, they must have been completely disappointed because not too shortly after, we lost about 20 subscribers.
Why would you say that?
Huh.
Lost 20 subscribers on YouTube?
On YouTube. They didn't unfollow us on Instagram, but...
Well, I didn't think
so. We're at a positive gain of 10, though, right?
Maybe we could have talked about this before the show started.
Seriously, I thought it was going to be like, hey, this is good news.
Yeah. Well, wah.
Hey, you gained 30. You lost 20. We're still sitting at 10
Why
plus.
can't you just say, hey, you gained 10 people?
Right.
And
I would have felt a whole lot better about it.
Yeah.
10 is pretty good. All right.
Yeah, man, that's not bad. 10 people. And said, hey, 30. Then 20 realized you guys are a bunch of losers. So they left. Thanks, Austin. It's been
So what's total YouTube subscribers now?
63.
That's weak.
Could have been 8. Could have been 83.
So after the podcast, I went on vacation.
Yeah, you got out pretty quick.
I did. I left really quickly. We're driving to the
We
beach.
walked outside and your kids were laying on the bench.
Yeah.
Like, Dad, come on.
Let's go. So anyway, I get in the car. We had just been talking about 80s and doing all this 80s stuff for like 3 hours, 4 hours, right? So I get in the car, we're driving, we're heading to the beach, and it's like I turned and looked at this guy next to me, and it was the perfect 80s guy.
It was like something out of like a movie or a dream or something.
He had, I mean, it like every stereotype you could think of.
Yeah.
He had it. He had on a visor.
A visor.
A visor. Wow. He had a mullet. His tips were frosted. Okay.
The mullet tips or the top of his head?
Oh,
like all of
the
them?
mullet tips would have been fire, but he didn't.
I know
do that.
it would have been fire. That's what the boys need to start doing now. The ones that are growing their mullets out.
Frosting the mullet tips.
Frost your mullet. You know who you are.
This is the call of the wild right
That's
here.
That's right. Seriously.
Frost your mullet.
Frost. Hashtag frost your mullet.
So that would be awesome. You know, we have an intern this summer, Charlie Blasi, who has a mullet.
Then there's only one thing for him to do.
I think
he would totally do it too.
We need to get him to frost the tips of the mullet. So
absolutely, this would be amazing.
This is it, Charlie. This is your call. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So anyway, so this guy had on like the white watch, like the giant G-Shock, you know. Oh, Swatch.
It was an old school Swatch watch, and he had the little
calculator watch
on top so you didn't scratch up the face.
That's right. That's right. So he had on a white watch band, and he had on white sunglasses, like the big old school Oakleys with the, you know, the whatever. He was driving a Trans Am.
Oh my word! It's getting worse.
With the vents on the back window.
What color was the Trans Am?
It was black.
Oh.
It was black. So
T-top?
this guy. No, it was not a T-top, but that would have been.
T-top would have made it even more.
I would have thought it was Magnum PI. I would have. Hey Tom, let me get an autograph.
He drove like.
I know it was a little
like
bit different.
Ferrari or something?
Yeah, it was something different. I think he drove a couple different cars.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So anyway, so I just turned and looked and just started laughing because I was like, "This is like perfect.
This is everything that we've been dreaming of all
What
day.
I just left, this guy embodies every bit of it."
What do you imagine the guy was listening to though? What was?
Without a doubt, he was cranking some
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, maybe some Poison.
Yes.
Don't
need nothing but a. That's what he was.
Yeah, he probably had on some jean shorts, maybe some high top Converse All Stars. I don't know. Was that the thing? I don't. What was the '80s shoe?
I mean, you could have think like Jordans.
You think?
That would have probably been late '80s. Man, I don't know. How about Ruse? You remember kangaroos? We put your coins in the pocket.
I had the pocket on the side. Yes.
Velcro.
Yes.
I don't think I could ever afford Ruse. I probably had like the Walmart. It was like Woos.
Woos?
I don't know.
Koala. You couldn't get the whole kangaroo. You had a koala. That's awesome.
Man.
So I had a great time at the beach. You know, part of the thing I like about, like, one of the reasons why I like going on vacation is because you just get to eat like everything you want, right?
Yeah.
So we were at this place, and there's this company that's there, and they, like, have you ever had a Low Country boil?
Yeah.
So
I'm a big fan.
It's the perfect thing because you just, like, all the things you like to eat, you put it in one
Dump
pot
it all in there,
and put some water in there and boil it, and then when it's ready, you dump it out and you eat it. So it doesn't get any better than that.
I'm hungry now.
So you dump it on the table, and then everyone just kind of sits around the table and just picks at it, you know?
Yep.
So I love that kind of thing, right? So there's this company out there, and what they did was, like, you call ahead, they put all the ingredients, anything you want, they put it in the bucket for you.
Uh-oh.
You go by, you pick the bucket up, you take the bucket home, you put 2 cups of water in there, put the bucket on the stove, cook it for 40 minutes, dump it out and eat it.
Man.
It was awesome.
Who was this? You want me to give him a little plug?
Little plug, Topsul
Topsul
Steamer.
Steamer.
Topsul Steamer.
That sounds good.
It was on North Topsul Island.
The problem
It's
is
spelled Topsail.
right,
but it's
Topsul.
Topsul.
Are there other things that are mispronounced around here or other places?
Ooh, I don't know.
How about this? So, like, outside of where a lot of our family lives in Virginia, there's a place called Buena Vista.
Buena Vista.
Right. Buena Vista.
It's definitely not Buna.
Well, that's what they say. Buena Vista. I'm like, it's not
Buena
it's
Vista.
Buena.
You know, I'm from
What's wrong with you?
the county I grew up in is Houston.
Houston.
It's Houston County.
Houston. It's spelled like it?
It's
There
spelled
should be a W in there if it's Houston.
yeah, or an E
Yeah.
after the S,
Huh.
but before the
what?
I. What?
I'm
After
all
C?
confused. What in the world?
Like house, Houston,
Oh, like
Houston. That's how it's pronounced, Houston County. But it, everyone
Who
knows
starts that? Like the first person
don't
that
know.
rugs it out and they're like, no, that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, right.
And then everybody else has to like, for the rest of your life.
There are some places on Topsul that actually spell it Topsul.
So people know how to say it right. They're
Well,
tired of people
yeah, I
saying
guess.
Topsail.
Topsail Island. Yeah.
Topsail.
So I found out a little bit of history on the island because I like to learn about. Well, okay. So do you know anything about pirates?
Yeah, no,
No?
not really.
So
if it wasn't
evidently-
in like Pirates of the Caribbean, I probably don't know very much about it. You want to talk about Johnny Depp?
No, no. But a lot of people are talking about that whole Johnny Depp thing.
I know. I don't even know what's going on.
I
just
don't
get, it
either.
was like all in all of my feeds, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening to
No idea. No
Jack
idea.
Sparrow. What's going on?
Right. Does he want to make another movie or not? Like that's what I want to know. So when is Pirates of the Caribbean 27 coming out? That's what I want to know. Anyway,
Wait,
so
did you go on like a little pirate thing or something?
no, but there's a lot of history in that area. So I was talking to a guy who was fishing down there, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, so there are a lot of pirates in the area." And what they would do is, as these merchant boats would come through the marsh or come through the area,
Weird.
they would see the top sail, and
But not the
that's
top soul.
not the top sail, but they would see the top sail, and that's when they knew it was a merchant ship coming out or going in, and that's when the pirates would go attack. So they would say, so the whatever the folklore or what the story is, you lower your top sail
What?
as you're coming in and out, and that way the pirates don't know.
You just
that
shed
you're coming
all
through.
kind of light on.
Well, that's what I like
Topsul
to do, man. I like
pirate
to
life.
bring information to the people.
That's what we're known for.
That's what we're known for. This is part of the everything. Part of the
That's
everything.
right. This episode is brought to you by More Everything
more everything.
Than Nothing. So you're welcome, people.
So, but anyway, I thought that was really interesting. I love to especially the coastal cities, because I feel like that's kind of where I mean everything started there, right? So everyone comes to the coast and kind of
yeah.
So I like to go to those kind of places like Savannah. I've been to Savannah and St. Augustine.
I've never been to St. Augustine, but I have been to Savannah.
Man, you got to go. So there's so much history and stuff there. I like to learn some of the history there. Just a little something.
I wasn't expecting to go this way. But I
I'm just
appreciate
a
it.
continual learner.
Anything else on your vacation that stood out?
Are
Are y'all like vacation people that do stuff like we got to go out and do stuff, or you just kind of lay around and sit at the beach and?
So I like to sit at the beach.
Okay.
I like to have nothing on the agenda except
I like that too.
except for dinner.
There you go.
So I do like to I sit on the beach until about 4, come in, shower, take the family out to eat someplace.
That's cool.
But I only want to eat when I'm on vacation, even when we're traveling, like on the way there or whatever. I only like to eat at places that I can't eat at in Charlotte.
There you go. You're not going to Applebee's or
I'm not.
Chick-fil-A or something.
Well, I'm not going to Applebee's. Period.
Ooh, that was rough.
I'm not bougie like.
No, it was just the chain. So you're not going to go to a chain restaurant or anything.
I don't
like
mind
that.
a chain if it's not like a.
Right, but if you're going to
yeah,
be out of town, you're going to eat at like a local place, or
Right.
especially if I'm at the coast.
right.
I want to eat seafood. The problem is my family, nobody likes seafood.
Yeah?
Except for Emmy. She's the only one.
Yeah?
She steals all the shrimp off my plate. But nobody else cares for it. And that
Have they
drives
ever
me-
had it really fresh?
I mean, I've had it really fresh and kind of say, hey, you guys should try this. And they're like, Dad, this is gross.
Because my wife doesn't eat seafood.
Yeah.
However,
But if you go,
my son Miles caught 2 monster redfish
yeah.
while we were out there, and I mean big redfish. So we took them home.
Is that the actual like name?
It's
I know we've
I
done
think it's
the
a-
fishing episode before, but like,
Oh, yeah.
is it actually called?
It's not a sea
redfish?
whale. Well, it's like a. Most people call them reds.
Yeah.
I think people there. It might even be like a red drum,
Okay.
maybe. So some people, yeah. So anyway, so we brought them home, filleted them,
You
and
did that?
made like fish nuggets, fried fish nuggets, and my wife eats it.
She liked it.
Yeah, she likes it. So because
I've
it's
never
not fishy.
filleted a fish. Like cut it up, like
Like McDonald's? You never been to McDonald's and got a fillet of fish?
No, I've gotten a fillet of fish back in the day.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I've always wanted to do that, like, just to know how to do it.
I'll show you how.
I just, like,
Oh. That's
I
gross.
saw Bear Grylls eating a salmon out of the bed.
Bear-
No, but like, how to? Yeah, I need you to show me how.
Yeah, it's not.
I honestly
it's not
would
too
not
difficult.
even know where to start.
Yeah, it's not too difficult.
But I want to learn.
Yeah.
Teach me your ways.
I will teach you. That way you can survive in the wild. I can survive
If I'm
in the
ever
wild.
like captured by pirates.
Captured by pirates or stuck on the coast without anything to
The
eat.
low country boy.
Mhm.
That'd be good.
You can do that. So I learned something else while I was
While
on
on
vacation.
vacation, yeah.
Have you ever heard of ASMR?
No, but it sounds like a setup for like a joke or something.
So I'd never heard of it.
ASMR? Huh?
I'd never heard of it.
MR?
And I had a friend, Maggie, who was out at the beach. Her and Ben, been friends with them for a long time. Maggie listens to this thing called ASMR, and it like helps her fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
So the whole idea of it is it's like sounds, and sometimes ASMR can be like mouth sounds, which it doesn't vibe with my misophonia, right?
Misophonia, yeah.
But evidently there's a person who whispers into the microphone.
Oh boy.
And their T's and their S's sparkle as they speak. And
Can you give me an example of a sparkling tea?
I mean, the
sparkling,
mic has to have some pretty
Gotta be really
significant.
hot.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
so this person just whispers, and the S's and T's just pop.
And you listen to that to go to sleep?
You listen to it, and I think within seconds you're asleep, probably. So, but like what this video is, like this lady would just get like an Amazon package of stuff she ordered, and she's just opening the box and talking about what
Just
she
talking
has.
about what she's doing.
And this plastic is wrapped in plastic, so she's is like, you hear all that sound. And evidently, it's really calming and it puts you to sleep. I think there's some sort of witchcraft
Yeah, I was
involved
gonna
with
say,
that.
voodoo
Yeah,
over
right. Yeah. So I'm not a big
Do
fan.
you
of
listen to anything like when you sleep? Like a fan, noisemaker, ASMR?
No, I don't listen
You
to
listen to
anything. No,
misophonia
gosh, no.
type?
No. Now, what's funny is, like my wife, it has to be like pitch black and dead silent.
I can't handle dead silence anymore.
For me,
we have a box fan running all the time. Not
I
all
don't
the time,
care.
but it's sleeping.
I don't care what's happening. The lights could be full blast, and my wife could be watching TV, and I'll fall asleep.
Well, I'll fall asleep no
And not
matter
care.
what. But if I'm gonna get a good night, I've got to have like white noise somehow. I mean, I have a white noise app on my phone if I ever travel.
Yeah.
Yup.
No, I don't need all
And
that.
there's like 30 different like settings you can. And my favorite one is airplane. I don't know why. When I get on an airplane, I'm out.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nah, I don't need any of that. Typically, like once my head hits the pillow, I'm out.
No ASMR for you.
No ASMR for me. That's weird.
That'd be bizarre. Maybe our podcast is like an ASMR to some people.
They just turn
They
it down
turn
real
it
low.
on, and then they just
Yeah.
they just fall asleep.
Yeah.
This is terrible. What are they talking about?
I'm just glad they turn it on because it gives us a view.
A view,
Gives us a view.
a
Yeah.
listen.
Right. So that one person out of the 10 who actually listens. Wah, wah. Thanks, Austin.
Could've
So,
been 30.
What do you have going on this week? What's going on with you?
So
Are you free to talk about that?
Yeah.
Are you contractually
I'm
bound?
contractually obligated
to
speak about it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'm just preaching at a camp for kids up in beautiful Black Mountain, North Carolina.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be good. Weather's
Well-
supposed to be cool.
How many kids will be there?
That I don't know. I don't. It's kind of weird because it's on the front end of summer. So actually, some public schools aren't out of school yet.
Right.
So I don't know. It could be a low camp. Usually low. They don't usually drop it below like 200, 250.
Okay.
So that would be a low camp. It
Yeah.
could be high like 500 or 600,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is a lot of fun.
That'd be a lot
But
of
my
fun.
kids we're going to Ridgecrest,
Mm-hmm.
which I've been several times. Did you go there a few years ago when we went to camp?
I feel like I've been to Ridgecrest, but I've only been there once. And no, it was not with camp. It was, I think I went to like a marriage conference.
It's a cool
there.
place, and it's a conference center. But like, so my family's going with me, but my little kids, I think they think it's like Disney World. Like they're really excited.
This is Ridgecrest?
Yeah, and I think just getting out and hey, we're going with Dad and whatever. But like, they were jumping off the bed last night. It was
What?
like, yeah,
We're
I was
going to
like,
camp.
Oh boy, this is they're gonna be let down.
They're going to be majorly
But it's going to
let
be,
down.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun having the family.
Yeah.
Getting to do something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah. That's
It'll
good.
be good.
Well, you always do a really good job with it. You know, I like going to our kids' camp because you're typically the camp pastor there.
I like going to our kids' camp because sometimes
I get
you're
to
the
lead
worship
there.
pastor.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It's a lot of fun.
we'll be coming to a camp near you this summer, too.
We
You and I
should.
together. It'll be the nothing and everything camp experience.
We should do a live podcast from camp. Not a live podcast. We should just podcast at camp.
With a live audience, like with all the kids. We're like,
No.
boo!
We'll drop 80s stuff, and they're like, we read about that in books.
I read about that in Western Civilization 3.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get any of our humor. Now
but
they're
they're
the
leaders.
adults, the leaders will be like,
They're like,
that's
these
right.
are our people right
Yep,
here. They're
yep.
old and middle-aged like us.
That's right.
Yeah, we might drop a camp podcast in the middle of the summer.
That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. There's a whole lot of stuff
You
happening.
and I both have a lot of like camp experience, so it's cool.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
We have run the course of nothing
I feel,
and everything.
but a lot of everything today, man.
It was
That pirate bit was really insightful.
But,
I didn't know what ASMR was either.
I mean,
It's kind of changed my life a little bit.
I had to get educated, you know, but it's weird. It's weird.
I'll stick to my white noise.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, today was a lot of fun. Austin, you got anything for us?
Those show notes were banging.
Those show notes. We have 3 things. I literally have
Write down the actual 3. Tell people what the actual 3 things that say right here.
80s guy going to the beach.
Is this episode 19?
This is episode 19. Yeah, we're 19 episodes in.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So 80s guy going to the beach is topic number 1.
ASMR whisper and the Topsul steamer.
That was good though.
So that's it.
That kind of guided the conversation.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, thanks everybody for joining us on the podcast today. We'll catch you. Episode number 19.
19 in the books.
In the books. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week.
Yep.